Welcome back, guys. This is another Top 20 Spotlight video, and as you saw, this is Daggerfall, made by Bethesda back in the day. This is the second in the Elder Scrolls games, and definitely makes it into my top 20 games of all time, just because I absolutely love this game. It has got one of the biggest worlds that has ever been made in a game. I know the first one I think is just a tiny bit bigger than the second one, but yeah, this is a crazy good game. If Daggerfall has any faults, it's probably still the archaic controls. It's really kind of weird to control it. I had to kind of make this a small window because I had a hard time getting this footage, getting it to record. But I was able to get it. I think playing full screen, it plays definitely a little bit better than how I had to play it. So you'll have to forgive if I'm a little jerky in my movements as I'm playing this game. As you just saw, there are tons of classes you can play. Heck, you could design your own. Or if you wanted to, you could even answer questions a la Ultima style and let the game pick the class for you. And as you can see, it's pretty standard role-playing fare with the stats. I think I chose a ranger, so I definitely want to bump up my strength and agility. And as with the Elder Scrolls games, you know that this is a stat-based game. As you can see, I picked the ranger class. You can see my primary, major, and minor skills. Of course, those change depending on what class you pick, and if I'm not mistaken, if you design your own class, you get to pick your own skills. And as you also know with the Elder Scrolls games, as you use skills, of course, they get better. That's how the skills go up. Unfortunately, this game back in the day was horribly buggy, but it was still a great game with all the new patches that have come out over the years. It's become pretty stable. And it is also quite expensive if you try to get a complete and box copy of this game, but luckily, Good Old Games, they recently, as you saw in my previous video, released a lot of the Bethesda games, and now you can get the first and second Elder Scrolls game, which is Daggerfall, for free if you pick up any of the other id Bethesda games. Alright guys, I'm going to let the introduction run uninterrupted.
400 years after Septim's reign, the beginning will meet the end, and the bloody circle will close at the Empire of Tamriel. The unworthy heirs of the Septim dynasty have allowed the bonds of the Empire to weaken and crack. Uriel Septim the Seventh cannot repair what his ancestors ignored. The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with rebellion. One indomitable power hides itself, but not forever.
Excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting. The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject, ally, and friend as you are. I did grieve for him. But his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. I ask this as your emperor and your friend. I have one lesser request. Several years ago, I wrote a letter to the Queen of Daggerfall. It never arrived. The letter was of a sentimental and personal nature. If you find and destroy that letter, I will be grateful. Now, my champion, rest well this night, for tomorrow you sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.
And as you heard, it's a pretty light story to start with. The Emperor gives you two missions. One is to free the ghost of the previous king and destroy a note. But you know what? This game is all about open world. You can do whatever you want, just like the newer Elder Scrolls games. That's what's so great about this game. You can spend just hundreds and hundreds of hours doing whatever you want in the game. I mean, you can fight guards if you want. And as previously stated, this game is huge. Bethesda has said that this game is on scale with the size of Great Britain, which is like 88,000 square miles. But I guess it's closer to like 60,000 square miles. But my God, I mean, there's just tons and tons of places you can go in the game. The game is filled with 15,000 towns and dungeons you can go through, as well as over 750,000 NPCs to interact with. So yeah, this is crazy big. Daggerfall uses one of the first true 3D engines of its kind called X Engine, and more recently there's a group of programmers that are trying to make a fully developed 3D engine that runs in, you know, like Windows 7, Windows XP. They're still working on it. It's not gotten really far, but I will say that so far it looks pretty impressive. And yes, Daggerfall is an action RPG. You actually use the mouse and keyboard to move. The mouse, you hold the right mouse button in and move it left and right, or to swing the blade side to side, or you move it forward and backwards to actually thrust. Well guys, I'm going to let the footage roll now for a few more minutes. I hope you enjoy this video, and yes, you still can get the game free. If I'm not mistaken, even Bethesda had it up on their website. I'm not sure if it's still up anymore, but if you want a fully configured where you don't really have to play with it, like I said, Good Old Games does have it up on their website. If you purchase a Bethesda or id game, you'll get the first one and Daggerfall for free. Thanks again guys for watching.